the different literary theories. Critical theory is by and large concerned with the critique of modernity, modernization, and the modern state. Its proponents are Mark Horkheimer, Theodor Adorno, Herbert Marcuse, Walter Benjamin, and Eric. Cultural studies first emerged as part of a tradition of British culture analysis best exemplified by the work of Raymond Williams, whose idea of culture as a coherent and self-regulating tradition of serious artistic achievement cut off from historical conditions undergoes a radical transformation. Its proponent is Raymond Williams. Deconstruction. Deconstruction, in essence, allows the reader to take apart a text in order to decipher a new meaning. It rejects traditional readings and instead calls readers to seek out contradictory viewpoints and analysis. Its proponent is Jacques Derrida. Ethnic studies. The theoretical study of race and cultural pluralism began in the U.S. with the work of African American writers in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Its proponent is William Edward Burghardt Du Bois. Feminist theory, a work that criticizes or stereotypes of women as emotional and instinctive and argues that women should aspire to the same rationality prized by men. Its proponent is Mary Wollstonecraft. Gender sexuality. Formations at the foundation of most theories of gender and sexuality is a thoroughgoing critique of the subject and subjectivity. As a social and political category, the subject cuts across all disciplinary and theoretical boundaries. Its proponent is Michel Foucault. Marxist theory. Marxist literary theory is predicated on the idea that literature is a product of social forces and ideology. Its proponents are Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. Narrative theory. Narrative theory combines the insights of reader response theory with Bakhtinian dialogism and is best described as an ethics of narrative, which is concerned primarily to find out why and to what ends and under whose auspices we read. Its proponents are Roman Jakobson, Yuri Tinyanov, and Viktor Shklovsky. New criticism. It is an Anglo-American variety of formalism that emerged in the early decades of the 20th century and dominated teaching and scholarship until the early 1960s. Its proponents are John Crowley Ransom and T.S. Eliot. New historicism is the general term given to a wide variety of theories and methodologies that are historicist in orientation. Its proponents are Stephen Greenblatt and Michel Foucault. Post-colonial studies. The emergence of post-colonial studies is tied to a number of factors, the most important of which is the relation of post-colonial nations to colonialism and the colonial era. Its proponents are Frantz Fanon and Albert Memmi. Postmodernism. In a literary theory, postmodernism typically embraces a set of practices, strategies, and techniques that either repudiate modernist tendencies. Examples: expressive form, mythic structures, stream of consciousness, or develop those tendencies in extreme forms. Its proponent is Jean-Francois Lyotard. Post-structuralism. Post-structuralism designates a number of distinct theoretical principles and practices with a common aim, a critique of structuralism, the idea that human societies and their traditions can be understood according to universal and unchanging structures that are replicated in texts, artworks, rituals, and other modes of expressions. Its proponents are Michel Foucault and Jacques Derrida. Psychoanalysis offers a systematic accounting of the psychic apparatus and a theory of the mind and human psychic development. Its proponents are Sigmund Freud, Anna Freud, Erik Erikson, Erich Fromm, and Carl Jung. Reader response theory. Reader response theory encompasses an array of approaches to literary and cultural texts that focus on the role of the reader in the creation of meaning. Its proponents are Norman Holland, Stanley Fish, and Wolfgang Iser. Hans Robert Joss, Roland Barthes, and others. Structuralism and formalism. Structuralism and formalism are highly differentiated theoretical fields. They share a dedication to the structural linguistics of Ferdinand de Saussure, whose course in general linguistics outlined a theory of the sign that transformed not only linguistics. Its proponents are Roman Jakobson, Roland Barthes, and Gerard Gennet.